are building, for instance, in this Chico Fininho, that is a popular Portuguese figure, that he's a junkie, but he's very popular because he's the king of the neighborhood. And many of them feel that I had one of the participants that told me, oh, but Chico Fininho is my husband. He always has been known as Chico Fininho. So it's a figure that everybody can have a friend or somebody in the family that reminds of Chico Fininho. And even in their lives of the participants, they somehow, because they are mostly a bit like my age or a bit older, but all of them, Chico Fininho is transversal to society and to life in some kind of marginality, and after all, they are reflecting also about their lives. When I put the subject on, okay, let's write about this part of life of Chico Fininho. Let's discuss his values. We are not only discussing Chico Fininho values, but also of the participants, and that's something that we can produce text out of the lives and the imaginary and the feelings of persons that barely can write. And they write with very difficulties, and sometimes we do, it depends, we also do open writing, and where everybody says something, I always write with them, and it's an experience about the building of memories and the building of society, because I insist a lot on the social structure where we live. Another thing that might be interesting to you is that that's it. I work only with 4 or 5 people. We are always a small group, and I try to integrate in somehow during these 3 years experience that I'm working in this subject with them. I always try to bring people from the outside, even to write with us, because it's a very good experience where we can share the experience of others. And maybe the most important about my action in the field is they are always a lot of afraid of not corresponding, of not being able to, and my approach is always pick the things that they say and put it on the plate. So everything is always, even if they say something, I always try to integrate it on the plate, and that brings them happy, because after all, they see them there and think that they feel that they are said out of context. After all, they have context, and that's important. And that's it.
I'll spend 5 minutes talking about just a small part, because I was talking for a long time if I was trying to explain everything. I have a company called Penedyn. It's a Welsh word. You can't translate it into English. It's kind of to mean habitat, or the place where you belong. Kind of near to that. We've been working for 10 years on a methodology called sensory labyrinth theatre. It's inspired by a drama anthropologist, theatre anthropologist from Colombia called Enrique Vargas, who developed sensory theatre, and it's a performance mode, and I've adapted it as an applied theatre. So I use it with communities and groups of people to raise awareness. Not raise awareness of issues, but help people become more aware, all of us become more aware of what it means to be human. Humanizing, I would say, is the action we try and provoke. Canadian works throughout Europe with organizations like yourselves, making youth exchanges, training, and professional performances as well. I'm here working, making a training in sensory labyrinth theatre with 9 countries. We'll go to this village called Kyoto, which is far away in the mountains. We went there on Saturday and got lost. It took us 4 hours. And then we got there, and it's a sad little village. There's only 60 people living there. There's no school, there's no real shop. There was a tourist industry, but even that now is dying. And so it's like a dying place. It's beautiful, but it's dying. And it's like many villages in Europe. The young people go to the city. So this is kind of one of the themes we will be exploring with the labyrinth. I won't explain sensory labyrinth theatre to you now because it's incredibly simple, but impossible to describe. You have to experience it. That's all I can say. I met Nuno in 2003 when I created one in the Alfenda Gallery. With many disabled groups with disabilities. It was a very nice experience for me to work here. And since then I've been coming back almost every year to do projects. I also work with something called Teatro dell'Opprimido, Theatre of the Oppressed. Maybe some of you have heard about that. No? By Augusto Boal, Brazilian, who developed a way of working through theatre with people to explore issues of oppression and to create strategies to fight oppression. And I work in Theatre of the Oppressed to look at oppressions, social oppressions, but also explore internal oppressions. That's the other reason I'm in Porto is I've been doing Theatre of the Oppressed with the internal oppressions. It's called Rainbow Desires. In the school, it's called the...
You will know that school Ejmai. You will be there.
Ejmai. And also, it's called Segundo Opprimido.
The second chance school.
So it's a school opened in Matosinhos. It's the only one in Portugal. It opened this year, and it's for young people who've been excluded from school. It has one kind of interesting policy that they commit to not exclude anybody, which is a very challenging promise to make because they're very difficult young people. And they made a show last Friday. And they have a dance clown. They had a clowning workshop from a group from Bulgaria, Theatre Sete, and they're here still. And Theatre Sete is a puppeteering company. They work with puppets, social inclusion all over the world. They're here. And you're very welcome to come and meet these organizations. There's 9 countries in this project, and they have a session like this tomorrow, where 9 countries will present their work.
So where?
You know what it is?
It's in a escola.
No, that's somewhere else.
Summer Medley Fest. The mail I received said Summer Medley Fest at school. It's in Matosinhos, near the hospital center, in the back. I don't know exactly the name. But Nuno has the computer.
You're very welcome to know.